Well, guys, there really isn't a happy ending to this story. Reason for that is I got the truck running, I finished all the wiring, and got all the gauges working and all that stuff, 4-wheel drive included, which is amazing. But I went to go test drive this truck, and it has absolutely no gears, nothing. It doesn't matter how much gas you give it, just kind of rolls forward. So I had to push it back into the garage. I had no codes. I even pulled a connector off the transmission, and I verified I had power to the solenoids. But I knew there was something wrong with the transmission, because even if you disconnect the main connector to the transmission, it goes into limp mode. So basically I knew something was wrong. Once again, I had no codes. I could command the transmission into whatever gear I wanted with my scan tool. That did nothing. And so I called the customer and I was like, hey, did you have any issues with the transmission before the swap? And he said, no, the truck drove fine. And I'm like, well, listen, this truck doesn't move. I got absolutely no gears. I verified my wiring and all that stuff. And he's like, well, it could have been because when I was dropping the engine in, the torque converter wasn't seated fully, and I stopped him there. I was like, yeah, man, you cracked the pump gears. So I've personally done it myself just once, and I've never done it again, because I'll triple check the converter before I bolt it up to an engine now. Learned my lesson the hard way. Now this customer did too. And just to make him feel more comfortable about the diagnosis, I did hook up a transmission pressure gauge to the test port on the side of the transmission, and sure enough, there is absolutely no pressure with the engine running. So I'll just start it up for you guys and show you that everything works. Fortunately, I won't be able to test drive it for you guys. So as you can see, fuel gauge still works, good oil pressure. Engine's been running, so the temp gauge is already reading. Gear indicator works just like before. Tech is calibrated for this gauge, so it is accurate. Again, no codes, everything is running well. Even the lifter tech that it originally had went away after running it a few minutes. So the customer is already setting up a deal to pick up another transmission. He's not upset at all. He understands, he messed up. So lesson learned. Again, I did the same mistake. It can happen to anybody. But yeah, I just wish this could have ended differently, and the customer would have been excited to drive his truck home, but unfortunately he has to tow it home. So that's it. I will try to post as much of this LS swap wiring, or swaps in general, to my channel. I know I've been asked by many people to start documenting this stuff, and I really should. Like I said, this is probably I don't know, number 6 or number 7 that I've done. And I've done anything from S10s to C10s, drive-by-wire, drive-by-cable. This was my first 4-wheel drive swap, and I'm really excited that I was able to make it work. Everything works from the factory, so no external switches, nothing like that. Fuel pump works and primes like it should. So stay tuned for the next one.